Hey everybody, I'm Tim Ward and welcome back to Garden Sense. Folks, we had a ton of questions that came in last week, but fortunately, most of them weren't too bad. They weren't challenging us too much. We had questions about products, about the turf truss summer stock up that's still going on. We still have a couple of days left of that. A couple questions on some mild disease outbreaks and things like that. So we did select 6 questions that we want to address here today. So why don't we jump right in? The first question is from Rick. Tim, how do I access earlier videos from March or April? So any of the video podcasts that we've produced over the last year or so are available right over on radiogardensense.com. We post the most frequent 3 or 4 videos right there on the homepage, but if you actually go up to that top navigation, you'll see a videos tab. You can click that and you can get all of the most recent videos that we've done this year, but also look at our archive of videos that we ran from 2022. So check it out, radiogardensense.com. The next question is from Tom. Tim, I've never had this problem before. Is it a fungus or disease? What can I use to treat it and kill it before it spreads further throughout my lawn? So this is called slime mold, and it looks really bad, but it isn't. In fact, there's an argument to be made that it's actually going to be more beneficial to your lawn because it absolutely isn't going to cause any damage. However, it does look bad. Slime mold really is caused by a variety of things. Usually it's because there's a lot of organic matter, such as thatch, that you'll actually find on your lawn. Cool nights, warm days, a little bit rainy, and it's kind of a perfect combination for, slime mold. It can come in a variety of colors as well. Yours happens to be black. Black and gray is really common. It can also be a brownish and even a whitish look. So the good news is that there's nothing to panic about. This is actually just kind of a natural process, but I do understand that it's unsightly. There is actually not a fungicide that will kill this. So really what you want to do is you can either get a hose, and if you actually just spray down the grass with a good jet of water, it's actually just going to blow right off of the blades of grass, and you're not going to have to worry about it. However, what I prefer is, if and when this does occur, is actually just kind of rake it out. You don't have to really rake it out and rip the roots out, but again, it's on the surface of the leaf. So if you get a good leaf rake and start scratching those areas, most of that slime mold is going to come up. And then again, just make sure you wash your rake really well. Again, I understand it looks bad, but believe me when I say it's actually causing no harm to your lawn at all, and there may actually be some benefits to it because slime mold actually does feed off of some of that organic material. The third question is from Stu. Hello, Tim. A friend has a serious ongoing problem with bamboo shoots popping up in her yard. In the past, we have used bonide cleanup to control the growth of this nuisance. What products do you recommend to kill the bamboo? So here's the answer that no one likes. You need to dig it up. See, bamboo is a plant that grows incredibly fast, as you and your friend are already well aware. But what most people don't know is that it actually spreads very quickly because it uses rhizomes within the root structure to spread laterally underneath the surface of the soil. Those rhizomes then produce more shoots. So my guess is you've been using that bonide cleanup, which is a good product. But again, you're not killing the entire plant because of the rhizomes. So your best case, honestly, is to dig up everything that you can visually see. Be really careful to pull out as much of that root structure as you possibly can. Then once you think you've dug it up, then you can apply any type of non-selective herbicide to try and take care of it. But unfortunately, because of how quickly it spreads, how fast it grows, you're really gonna need to dig it up first and spray second. This question is from Barbara. Good morning, Tim. I have powdery mildew on all of my crepe myrtles. What should I use to get rid of it? I've received a lot of emails the last couple of weeks about powdery mildew, and again, it's a pretty common thing that can occur to crepe myrtle. So the good news is it's relatively easy to clear up. What you need is a good fungicide. Now, what I recommend is Monterey's Complete Disease Control. It's available over at Rosen's online. What makes this product really great is it's going to handle a variety of funguses, diseases, things like that for your plants. But what's great is it can be used as a soil drench, but also as a foliage spray. So for this particular issue, powdery mildew, I would actually spray down all of the leaves of all your crepe myrtles with this product. It should start to clear up within the next couple of days. The next question is from Wayne. Hey Tim, how much water does a lawn need? I've been watering for an hour once a week, but I put out a straight-sided jar 4-inch in diameter to measure, and I'm only getting 1/4 inch per hour. Any suggestions you have would be appreciated. So there are some variables to consider: where you live, the type of lawn that you have, but frankly, most lawns need about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of water per week, which is going to be a combination of rainwater or water that you're giving it through your watering. Now, if possible, what I like to do is actually spread out the water a little bit. So instead of trying to give it all 1 inch or 1.5 inches at one time, try and spread it out over the course of the week. But again, you always want to watch the weather. So if you see you're going to be having some thunderstorms, rolling through, and you guys are expecting to get a lot of water, then I would absolutely make sure that you kind of plan ahead and maybe don't water the day or two before those storms are expected to hit. So again, use your judgment, but 1 inch to 1.5 inches is what a typical lawn is going to need per week. The last question is from Edmund. Hey Tim, what is better to feed your lawn? Turf truss maintenance or turf truss starter? Is there any downside to using the starter as the maintenance? All right, so I want to run through this as quickly as I can. Folks, the Turf Truss Professional Starter Formula and the Turf Truss Lawn Maintenance Formulation are the exact same fertilizer, with the exception to the fact that the starter has 2% phosphorus in it. That's the 2 in the number 24212. The maintenance is 24012. Now, why the difference? Guys, when ProTrust originally created the 24212 formulation, it wasn't called starter formula. It was just their regular lawn fertilizer. It was the best that was on the market at the time, and frankly, it's still the best fertilizer as far as I'm concerned. However, there were some counties in Maryland that outlawed the use of phosphorus in lawn fertilizers unless you were seeding or sodding. So ProTrust had a choice. They could either completely change their formulation, or they could keep the formulation and add a second phosphorus-free option. So that's what they did. They simply renamed their 24212 formulation to be a starter formula. That way, people who lived in Maryland who still wanted to use that could do so when they were seeding or when they were putting down sod. For everybody else to comply with that law, they could use the phosphate-free, which is the 24012 lawn maintenance fertilizer. So again, they're identical. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, if you don't live in an area that has restrictions on phosphorus, you want to use the starter formula for all of your feedings. That's what I do. The county I live in does not have those types of restrictions, so I use the 24212, the Turf Truss Professional Starter Formula 4 times a year on my lawn, and I've been doing it for 6-7 years now. It's a fantastic product, as is the maintenance. Again, but if you can get away with using the phosphorus, that 2%, you definitely want to use it. Obviously, both products are available over at rosensonline.com. All right, folks, just one final thought here. We just were talking about turf truss lawn fertilizers. Well, folks, this is a reminder that the summer stock-up special that we have going on right now over at rosensonline.com ends this coming Friday. So you only have a couple more days to take advantage and to get the year's best pricing on the turf truss fertilizers. It can be the starter or the lawn maintenance, the 5M or the 10M bag size. You're also going to get free shipping. So guys, it ends Friday. So if you have not taken advantage of it, you've got a couple of more days to do so. And remember, start thinking ahead to your 3rd and your 4th feedings that are going to be later on in the year. All right. Now, folks, we always appreciate the questions that you send us. So just a reminder, send the email directly to me, tim@rosensonline.com. That's the fastest way to get a hold of me and to get your questions answered. I respectfully ask for at least 48 hours before you reach back out. I did hop on to our old Yahoo account, and I see some people still trying to get a hold of us through those Yahoo accounts. So again, we are trying to completely get away from those. So again, send your emails directly to me, tim@rosesonline.com. You can also fill out the form that's available on the website. Again, it's all going to come back to me, and I'm going to be the one answering most of those questions. Folks, again, thank you for spending so much time with us today. A little bit shorter video today, but we hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week. God bless.